I am here at Bonchon. I hope you can hear me. A lot of noise in the background and may do voiceover if you can't hear. Trying out some Korean food. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think she said it's like tteokbokki. I'm gonna try it. I think it's a lot of cheese, but kind of have a spicy kick to it. Ooh, I like it. It definitely has a spicy kick to it, but quite delicious. Like the rice cake taste. Definitely was not expecting spice. Anyways, so I was gonna do the video as I talked about. This is as close to live video as I can put it. I got a couple of questions. First one asks, recommend ice cream. I'll be honest, I don't eat ice cream a lot. Well, I eat ice cream, I just don't go places. The only ice cream place I typically go to is Gunther's out in Freeport. Love their 50/50 fruit freeze. Always get mango vanilla ice cream and then top it off with raspberry. Most places I go to nearby, they all serve Gunther's, so honestly, I can't recommend anything as everywhere I go they serve Gunther's. Yeah, I'm kind of regretting wearing white. I'm sure it's gonna get dirty. So another question asks pizza, and aside from New York pizza, which I loved New York pizza when I was there, I don't really eat out pizza here much, so I can't recommend that. Next one, someone asked favorite taco place or recommend like Birria Boys, which I tried previously. I love their flavor and they give you a ton of meat, but it wasn't crispy and it's far. If you're ever in Rancho, there's this food truck off of McGregor and Cloma called Tacos El Rey Number 2. Their street tacos is really good. I like it. Reasonably priced and just very flavorful. Now, one question that I did get, and it was actually a really good one. I'm glad it was asked. Thank you, Monpreet. The question is, best place to work? And to be honest, I've been trying to answer that question for the past 5 years. Feels like almost every year I'm at a new job, though most of the time I'm just switching roles and changing the departments. Like even my current job. Now, don't get me wrong, I love doing what I do. I love therapy and I love crisis intervention. Learning about people's lives, providing them tools, and really helping them explore and make meanings of their life. I love that aspect because it's helpful. It's good. It helps people navigate their lives and really paint a story of who they are or who they want to be. The problem is never the patient. It is never the specific work I have to do. The problems I face that often cause stress is always everything around it. The bureaucracy, the political aspects, the nuances, and everything else. We always hear about this argument of, hey, for-profit agencies aren't good. I've worked at both for-profit and non-profit, and in the end, I've never really felt much different. The biggest difference is where that money goes, but no matter what, all companies have to rely on profit. They all have to rely on business. So in the end, money matters more than anything else, because without money, they wouldn't stay afloat. So no matter what, I love the work I do. It's finding ways to balance it. I say if you're looking for best place to work, find a job that provides the most meaning to you. Find a job that provides the most balance to you. You don't have to love your job as long as you love what it can do for you. I mean, I love the work I do now, but for the most part, the main reason why I'm able to stay there is because it provides the best balance. It allows me to enjoy my life, cosplaying, spending time with family, going on trips. It provides me the most balance. And for those who aren't aware, cosplaying is super expensive, and it gets progressively more expensive the more you get into it. So having a stable job that helps support it, having a stable job that helps pay for these things, and of course me eating food is also supported by having a stable job. So all of these things matter. As far as other things go, one of the questions I get asked often is, how do you balance being a therapist and a cosplayer? And for the most part, I don't really have this problem. I used to have this problem when I first started because a lot of people are saying, well, I don't have social media for that reason. I don't put my life out there for patients to see. I don't do this. And you don't have to. If you're not a very social media person, you don't have to. If you're not on Instagram, you don't have to do that. Hold on, I gotta take a bite. I really like eating this. You gotta try this. It's really good. Very flavorful. Just hopefully you don't have braces. The cheese is getting stuck in the back of my braces. That's fine. I'll fix it later. But as I was saying, if you're not a social media person, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. But if you choose to be and you want to be, finding ways to balance. Now, am I posting every single thing I do in life? No. Am I telling people everything I do? No. I post some stuff, and there's no shame in it. Being mindful of what you post, no matter what you do, is always important. Sometimes I even integrate cosplay into what I do. Do I share with every patient? No. So, for example, I used to work with kids in the partial hospitalization and intensive outpatient. A lot of times the kids have a hard time talking, and so I'd ask them, hey, what do you like to do? They'll tell me that they like anime or they like cartoons. Two different things. We're not going to argue about that. You can argue with someone else about that, whatever. But we'll talk about anime. We'll talk about these things, and I'll learn more about the characters they choose. One person might like a character because that character is outgoing and they want to learn to be more outgoing. One person might really respond with a person because they experience similar things, whether it's bullying or trauma. And sometimes people just put on a mask because it allows them to be who they truly want to be on the inside. It makes them happy. and for me to self-disclose that, hey, I like anime too, when it's appropriate, it allows them to know that, hey, they're not alone. Because the most common things we hear as anime enthusiasts is that we're a bunch of nerds, we're geeks, and we're cringy people. And honestly, we're a bunch of fun, creative people, just enjoying life. And so it's always good for people to hear that, hey, you're not alone, that I do this too, and it's great. If you ever get a chance to speak with cosplayer, what is this? I think this is tofu. If you ever get a chance to speak with cosplayer, ask them what their story is. You'll be amazed at what you hear. You get to see how creative people are. To full disclosure, I don't create my own stuff. I work hard to make money to pay someone else to do it for me. Because I cannot do that. But all in all, it's a lot of work. Everyone has their story. Everyone has their own canon about how they became a cosplayer, how they got in, and how they continue to evolve in it. We all start from somewhere. We all start from something. I started with a simple Ash Ketchum cosplay. And then I put on the Spider-Man suit and the Deadpool suit, and that allowed me to be more freely expressive, and then after that I jumped to All Might. So there's a lot to it. If you don't know where to begin with cosplay, I say begin where you see one. There's an upcoming one called the Weekend Blender at the Sunrise Mall. Shout out to all my cosplayer friends, the Spider-Verse. Shout out to all my friends I've made, all my families that support me. It's amazing. Love it. Love what I do. Now I'm going to try out the rest of this food and kind of finish the video here. This is what the lady recommended. Um, it is, I think, pork. Love the sauce. This is delicious. I like this bao bun. The other thing I got is bulgogi tacos. They do have chicken, but I didn't want to get it messy, and I'm wearing white. Taco. Not bad. This needs a little bit more spice. I think if they added more sauce to it, because really you're just eating beef, as you can see. I'm gonna finish my food. If you have other questions, feel free to post it. Feel free to ask it. Maybe I'll do this again soon, trying to not eat out as much, but definitely got more places to try. Delicious. You guys have a good day.